These videos are not financial advices. Everything shared here is provided for educational purposes only. Hello everyone and welcome back to another trading session. I just took my first trade and I will try to explain each and every single one of my trades. So I took this trade because we have a nice little market sequence over here. I'm expecting this candle to turn to be a green one. Also, we got this resistance broken. So this area is going to be my decision point. My main entry is going to be down there on the decision point, which right now the price is actually on it. Alright, so we got 3 trades running. This candle most likely be green. If not, we got the safer entry right down here as well. Okay, I will explain once again, but before that let me just take a quick screenshot of my trade. This is a decision point trade combined with market sequence, and got 1 loss and 2 winning trades. I journal my trades so I can know that what mistakes I'm doing and try to prevent them. So basically I want to mark everything for you and explain the reason why I took this. Okay, before even starting this video, I was observing the chart movements. Okay, so I want you to listen to this part carefully. Alright, so I want to draw everything that I saw in this chart. Okay? The first thing I saw is that little QM zone. Okay, this is the QM setup, right? QM is when we have a trend. All of a sudden, we break the previous swing. And after that breakout, this area becomes the QM zone. Same thing here, right? We had this little trend and then the break of swing, and this becomes the QM zone. But that's only the starting point of detecting the pattern. After that, we need to check the higher time frame confirmation for the QM. It means that we go to the 3-minute time frame. From 1 minute, we jump to 3 minutes to see how it looks like in higher time frame. Now, this is how it looks like in higher time frame. This looks like an engulfing pattern, right? So we have the pattern, initial pattern that I showed you. We do have the higher time frame engulfing pattern. Now, where do we find the entry? Okay, how do we find the entry? In order to find the entry, we need to go to lower time frame. Do you see anything here? No, it's just a bunch of red candles. Go one more time. Now, do you see anything here? Yes, we do see this little green candle here, which is supposed to be our entry zone. Okay. Now, if I wanted to take this trade, I would be waiting for the candle to touch this zone, right? It's also the third touch of this trend line, and it's a nice little intersection. You know what? Let's check the 10 seconds as well. All right, that's the exact lower time frame entry in 10 seconds as well. So what happened here is that the trader, or me, which I was trying to take this trade, it didn't reach to my entry. So that's sometimes happens. So there's a general rule of thumb. Not all the setups are going to work in your favor. Also, not all the perfect setup is going to give you entry when it comes to QM. Sometimes it just doesn't give us entry. So we get pissed off, right? That's what happened here. And then we got this little support area, which is highly respected. Okay, I'm just analyzing the chart for you to see how I look at the charts. Okay, so previously bounced up, again bounced up, bounced up, bounced up, created this QM. It didn't even touch my entry, but again, it reacted from the QM overall, and it broke this with no hesitation. Okay, no hesitation. It means that it feels like there was no buyers remaining of this area. Okay, so after the breakout, with no hesitation, we'll look back and see, oh, we actually do see something. We see this demand zone right before the breakout. So we might have some sellers inside this demand, which were so strong that they broke the support area. Now, we go forward and see, oh, this one. We see this gap up right on this demand zone. Okay, so we have a third touch breakout here. First touch, second touch, third touch is breaking it, and we got the gap up. But the reason why I didn't take this is because after the second touch of the third touch breakout, we didn't create a lower low. If this was creating a lower low compared to previous low, it would be a takeable trade. And in fact, it would be a very beautiful trade because this is a demand zone. We got the gap up. The demand is causing a good breakout, and we would have a third touch breakout. So this was another amazing trade, which I didn't take because simply we didn't have any other reason to add. This is just a gap up and a supply. So this is the second setup. First one is this one. The second setup, which didn't give me any entry. Okay. What else? We got another setup here. Look how crazy market can be, right? I've literally been on this chart for more than an hour, okay? Okay, so let's look back. Previously, we had a very well-respected support, which strongly broke in without hesitation. And then after that, we have another movement, pretty much same, but opposite. We have first rejection, second rejection, third, fourth, fifth, and all of a sudden we have a crazy breakout, just like the previous one. So if we look back on the previous scenario, we got this supply. And if we look back here, we got this order block. So after the breakout happens, we need to know, okay, what is causing that breakout? Obviously, this order block. Sorry for interruption. For those who are asking, this is the only Telegram channel that I have, which I share my students' results and the announcements that I have. Nothing too crazy, not like similar in Signal channels and things like that. If you're interested, that's the first link in the description. These are the cause of the movements. I'll make it blue. I will also make this one blue so we know what's going on. All right. So market comes down to this area that caused this breakout, right? So I'm expecting a setup here, right? And this kind of closed here, and I saw this gap up. You know that the gap up or, you know, seller's confirmation, right? And the moment I saw this gap up, I'm like, oh my God, why the market is doing this? Okay, this is the third point that I didn't take a single trade because it simply doesn't meet my setup. I needed a clean setup here to take my trade. And again, another movement started from here. And again, like I said, we do have this little third touch breakout, which also is a doji break. It's a gap up on a supply, and which I didn't take. And then after that, this supply also been broken. Okay, look at this supply, previously respected, and then again broken strongly with no hesitation. Again, I look back. What do I see here? I see two order blocks. This is the first order block. And this is the second order block. So if you don't know what order block is, pretty simple. Order block needs to have fair value gap. For example, in this example, the breakout strongly with no hesitation created this fair value gap. The candle before becomes the order block. And again, on the very first example, breakout with no hesitation, fair value gap, the candle before is going to be order block, which in this case is also a demand zone. Again here, order block, fair value gap, right? Again, the trade that I took at the beginning of the video, this is the first order block, second order block, right? So how do we know which one is going to work? There's no way we can know which one is going to work. We just need to take our setup. Okay, so I entered here expecting a green one. Because of the market sequence, double red, another one green, double red, the other one green, double red, the other one green, and I thought, why not? Maybe we're gonna have another double, a red, another one green. That's what my first entry is for, okay? And my second two entries, which is the much better entries and basically more sure about those entries, is same setup that I explained on these previous, this strong breakout, this is strong breakout, order block, again, same thing here, order block. So I did go to the lower time frame, since I'm already expecting a green one. I did go to the lower time frame entry, again, looking for something inside. All right, here, this is the lower time frame entry, which I put my entry on. This one. And then it rejected and closed above. This is the second order block, which market reacted. And now, it gave us this movement, right? And now, and if we want to stay on this chart, we need to wait for another set of movements. Now, the closest thing we see is this little QM. Holy crap. What is this? Okay. This QM, which can have confirmations and all that, but if you look, we got same gap up here as here, which is against the buyer, so I'm not even gonna go for confirmation for this QM. And I think we're done on this particular pair. So this is how I analyze the chart. Now, if I wanna show you more, this is going to be another order block which market reacted from. See? Which I forgot to mark. Anyway, so we took 3 trades already and I journaled them. Now I'm gonna look for other opportunities to take more trades. Okay, look at this one. Look at this one. Let's analyze this together, okay? Okay, first I zoom out to see market movements. So market moves like this. Movement, consolidation, another movement, consolidation, movement, no consolidation, movement, price channel, and then now movement, consolidation, breakout. After the breakout, again, if I come back down, you see this has been a respected resistance, broken with no hesitation. Do we have fair value gap? There we go. The candle before, there we go. And now, if I want to take a trade on this one, okay, and I go to lower time frame to see more details. Okay, we have this one right here, and oh shit, let me mark it. This would be the entry zone, and the candle closed here. It would be a nice winning trade. Same setup that I explained at the beginning of the video. So if you enjoy these kind of educational videos, drop a like on this video and let me know in the comments. I usually just take my trades and go off, but in this session I try to explain you that setup. So here, what do I see here? I see a couple dojis. I see a lot of dojis. I see one doji here, another here, another one here, another one here. I see a lot of dojis, right? And if these dojis are in a proper ranging market, and if we go with the trend, again, let's see how market moves. Movement, and now we're at the same area that we can drop, right? If I draw these triple dojis, this would be the trade for the doji break. right? Same here. This would be the trade for these two doji breaks. Okay. This is moving in this way. Price, in my opinion, is going to come down. And I do not see any setup here to take right now. Yeah, I don't really see anything, so I have to just keep moving. Okay, I kind of want to take this trade. Okay, I take it right now. In fact, I want to add, if it comes a little lower, let's go add it 2 more. This is pretty interesting. Again, we do have respected resistance. We do have this order block, and this is an exhaustion candle, which makes this trade very nice. And we're breaking a doji, okay? So once the market, you detect a good market, all the good setup is going to show up. And again, taking multiple trades on a single trade is not a good thing generally, and I would not suggest you do that because it's risky. If you lose, you lose a big amount. But in general, if you want to trade successfully, make sure you combine different reasons. Make sure you know enough concepts to add up to your reasons to take a trade. I took some multiple trades and I saved them with the screenshot. My confidence meter showing me 100%, and I need to stop right here. After this journal, once you import your trades on long term, it will try to analyze, and at some point it will tell you your weaknesses and your strength about your trading style in particular, and in that way it's going to be very useful.